It is 6:33, and I call this meeting to order on Wednesday, March 22nd, 2023, Board Workshop. Roll call. Orlando Lopez,
Present.
Rudy Corona,
Present.
Dr. Ariel Cruz,
Present.
Oscar Medrano,
Present.
Frutoso Gomez,
Present.
Superintendent Servillon,
Present.
and Mr. Weller's not here, so we do have a quorum. Next item will be public comment, and I believe we do have one public comment. Lupita?
But you need to read that.
Yes, let me read a little section, Lupita, before we start. Anyone who would like to speak during public comment must sign in prior to start of the meeting and list the topics that they want to discuss. Each public comment speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes to address the board of each topic. If more than 10 speakers are sign up to speak on the same topics, all additional speakers on that item shall be limited to 2 minutes. However, any public testimony speaker who requires a translator will receive up to 6 minutes to address the board. Please keep your comments or criticism civil and courteous. Please avoid using profanity and refrain from making personal attacks on others during your opportunity to speak. Lastly, we ask that you do not discuss students who are not your own children. If a speaker is seeking board resolution of a specific complaint, the concern should be addressed through the district grievance process. District policy DGBA has been established for addressing employee complaints. Policy FNG is the avenue for filing parent complaints, and policy GF addresses community members' complaints. Grievance forms can be obtained at any campus administration office or at the district central administration office. Lupita? You have, I think you have several topics, ma'am? Okay, perfect. You can start. Yeah, we got it.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good evening, Board Trustees, Superintendent, and audience, community. I'm here today because I still have a couple of things that I'm addressing. The first one is gonna be the clock. One of the things is I had already asked Board President about the clock. I don't know why he doesn't want to put the clock there on the wall. It's transparent, it's easy for me. I mean, like I said last time, my vision doesn't help a lot. That's irrelevant. The thing is being transparent. And this is a concern that I brought to him. And it's something that, like I said, you don't have to get somebody, you don't have to pay anybody, you don't have to put a clock on the wall. You do have IT here. All they have to do, the projector in the back, bring it down. You can put the time right there. It wouldn't be a problem. I don't think so. But apparently I think he didn't like the proposal I did last time because I had already brought it to his attention. And it's like, and the community needs to know, the one that has the last say-so here, it's the board president. I still have to let everybody know, of course, but the last one that has a say-so is the president. How many more minutes do I have? Bueno, ahorita le estoy diciendo aquí a la sala directiva que la última vez que vine les dije que quería un reloj en la pared. No le quieren que pagar a nadie, no necesitan que venga alguien de maintenance para que lo pongan. No le va a costar a nadie nada. Lo único es para que la gente mire, y yo como dije la última vez, yo uso anteojos y es difícil para mí. Para mí está bien poniendo el reloj en la pared, no se hace nada. Para mí no es nada malo, nomás para que la gente mire cuántos minutos tiene alguien para hablar. Asina, yo que estoy aquí me ayuda a mí mucho, también, ¿verdad? Pero también otra cosa es, lo digo en español, porque yo ya le dije muchas veces al presidente y él no me quiere dar 3 minutos más para decirlo en español. Entonces yo agarro mis minutos de decirlo en inglés para decirlo en español. ¿Y ustedes creen que es justo para la gente que no sabe en inglés? Para que miren, para que la gente mire que yo era preguntado al presidente y él nunca me ha respondido nada. Pero buenamente, yo creo que preguntar no es nada malo. Gracias.
Ma'am, I wanted to direct something. When you get an extra 3 minutes, or 6 minutes, it's when you need a translator.
Well, the thing is, since you're not the president, we need to ask the president. And I've asked him before, Superintendent, thank you for addressing me. I've asked him before, but he doesn't want to give me.
Well, that's a policy, that's
Well,
why
yeah,
I'm
I
pointing it
understand,
out.
but he's the one that has to answer me. Thank you. Whenever you're ready.
You're ready, ma'am.
Thank you. Welcome. I want to welcome back everybody from spring break. I hope everybody had a great time with their family, enjoyed it. You know, spring break is a time to be with your family, to refresh yourself, you know, get out of work. Kids are in school, and it's a great thing that everybody needs the break. And I think, you know, welcome back the teachers and the students. You know, it's something that they look forward. You know, a board president should have welcomed them last time and he didn't. So that's why I'm welcoming him back, because I'm a stakeholder, I'm a taxpayer. I don't have any kids in school, of course, but the right approach is, hey, be transparent, be with your community, talk to your community. But I didn't see that, so that's why I'm here. I'm welcoming the teachers back and the parents. How many more minutes do we have? Ahorita le estoy diciendo aquí, ¿verdad?, a la sala directiva que el presidente no le dijo nada a la comunidad, ni a los maestros, ni a los estudiantes cuando vinieron para atrás. Es algo que es bien importante, ¿verdad? Que vayan y que descansen de la escuela, ¿verdad? Los estudios, las maestras también tienen ese derecho, pero también como el presidente, también debe decirles, ¿sabes qué? Muchas gracias por ser maestros, muchas gracias por los estudiantes, para los papás. Pero esta semana, para ustedes, es bueno que descansen y vengan para atrás, para que ya estén listos, para que le pegan a los libros, para que es lo que necesitan los papás, las maestras, cualquier lo que necesita, ahí están ustedes para ayudarles y asistirles. Thank you. Thank you. Test. I know that the STAR test is coming up, and this is one of my focal points. The core of the school are the students. We need to make these students feel welcome. If a student is failing for whatever reason, we are here. We have principals, we have counselors, we have teachers. I mean, we have administrators, we have superintendent, you know, and we're here to help and guide these students. The STAR is so important that, you know, I feel that it's something that, like, I heard the principal, it's lacking. Well, you know what? If there's some kind of assistance, guidance that they need, then yes, we're there for them. But it's like, I see like the STAR, nobody really talked about the STAR. Superintendent, you need to talk about the STAR test. It's something very important. It's very vital to the school district. It's very vital to our teachers, our principals, because guess what? They look for that and say, hey, you know what? Ms. Servillon said, or the superintendent said, or the board president said, hey, you know what? We're here if you need anything. Did I hear anything? Nada. I mean, and it's something that maybe they don't want to ask because nobody said anything. Well, it's because, you know what? We're here for a reason. You're here for a reason, superintendent. You're here to acknowledge, guide, and help and assist the core, which are our students. How many more minutes do I have, ma'am? Thank you. Ahorita aquí le estoy diciendo, ¿verdad?, a la superintendente y a la sala de directores que no dijeron nada del test que van a tener, el STAR. Papás, es bien importante, comunidad, que cuando están aquí y le están diciendo, vamos a tener estos, son bien importantes estos exámenes, esto se le va a afectar a su niño, a niña, más adelante, si quieren ir a un colegio o algo. Pero hicieron eso, no hablaron nada de eso. Para mí, eso es algo bien importante que las comunidades, los papás se sepan, ¿verdad? Que aquí están. ¿Por qué no dijeron nada? A los principales estaban aquí. Les dijeron, ¿no sabes qué? Aquí estamos. Se necesitan lo que se necesiten ustedes para que esos niños entiendan qué son las reglas, porque es bien importante. Al último, en la vida de ellos, esto le va a afectar. Y para mí, yo miro que el presidente no dijo nada la última vez. Apenas vinieron de Spring Break, ya saben que van a tener ese STAR test. La superintendente tampoco no dijo nada. Y para yo que esté aquí, es porque a mí me importa. Yes, sir. Bullying. You know, I heard some individuals talking, and I came since last year talking about this, and I stressed out. I stressed out very much, and I stressed out. You were already here, Superintendent. The board had already heard, and I had stressed out to the board president what happened in Uvalde. I stressed it out deeply because it touched one of our families. It's close by. Bullying starts how? Maybe it happened at home, maybe it happened at school. How they're acting with these kids, we don't know. But if we don't do something about it, guess what? It escalates. The fights. You know, they're reaching out to these principals. And some principals, they don't want to hear. Some principals turn away. And guess what? That is wrong. As a principal, her job is to guide and see how can we, for every problem, there's a solution. There is. We have counselors. How do we get the counselors involved? You know, we have security. If you throw that individual back to PRC, what good is it gonna help? When you have counselors and you can try to find out something to help this student move a different way, a positive way. You know, let's move forward. Not just, well, you know, I called and she doesn't want to see me and this is what's going on. No, this needs to change. And let me tell you, bullying is ugly. Especially I've heard, you know, other people coming and targeting other students. And yeah, it is true. There is a penal code. And yeah, you can talk, you know, and it's at stake. But when you're in the school district, the one that has the power, and you can govern the board, because the board, nobody can come in from outside, is the board president. You know, and when you see something like that, you know, it makes you think like, why would you let that somebody bully another student? Maybe it's affecting that student mentally. You don't know. Do you? No, because you let them talk about somebody else. And that shouldn't be right. Because we as adults, we need to be fair and caring. Discrimination. 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 I've been discriminated here with the board president, and I will say it. When we had our grievance, we were lacking one female. And I asked the board president, how come my female's not here? We had a male on the prompter. And I asked him again, and he said, well, she's sick. And I said, well, if she's sick, she can see it from home. That shouldn't be a problem. She can see it from home. That is her diligent job. And what does he say? Well, you know, Mr. Wheeler, and Mr. Wheeler says, well, you know what, it's not option. I said, why is it not option? But why? I felt discriminated because I'm a female and they were both males. And he told me no. On the quorum, when I said the quorum as well, también, when you all got invited, certain of you all went, what he did, he came back. He came back and he said, oh, that person that came and spoke, it wasn't factual. Yes, it is. It was a quorum. You were invited by a vendor, okay? And just to let you know, us taxpayers and the people that work pay for that insurance. And for him to say it wasn't a quorum, yes, it was a quorum. But he came and then he says, oh, but they all got invited. Well, the other ones knew better. Because even when he came back and deliberated against me, he said, well, if it was a convention, okay, let me ask you then right now. The one that y'all went to go eat, was that a convention y'all were at Brownsville? Because I don't remember Brownsville having conventions. But I'm just saying, it wasn't. It was a quorum. Plain fact, it was. How many more minutes do I have? It's just a shame the way things have gone. And the last discrimination he did against me is when I came and I was gonna speak in the audit. And I have the paper. And let me remind you, Superintendent, everybody got an email. I came in at 5:28 and I put my little paper right there. He didn't bother to get it. But Superintendent, you did get up. I saw you because I was sitting right there, ma'am. How do you think I felt as a female? And it was Hispanic month, Pacabala. How do you think I feel about my heritage? Me as a woman, Hispanic? Really? And for him to do something like that, deliberately, because there's cameras everywhere. And I said that, and I even sent an email, and I said, I was sitting right there before 5:30. Insurance. The insurance we have, of course, the majority got the insurance. It has affected a lot of people, this insurance. It has affected some of my family as well. One of my family had to go without insurance, without CM, for 8 months before they got a check. Another family member, she didn't get paid because apparently that it wasn't cancer. She did a vasectomy. Another one, he got injured at work. Guess what they told him? They're not gonna pay for it. And this is the insurance that y'all have, Bob Trevino. And that employee got hurt at work, and why does he have to pay? Why does he have to pay if he got injured at work? No, the insurance doesn't wanna pay. Well, that's why they pay good money for these insurances. We as taxpayers pay for these insurances. We also have a part in that. And it's a shame the way, that you all treat these employees. They're hardworking employees, just like everybody else. It's like if you have a car or something and you pay for it. No, you know what, you had an accident. Well, I'm not gonna pay for it. But it wasn't your fault, right? Well, guess how they feel about these insurances. A lot of people have gone affected where insurance doesn't want to pay. And what do? They don't want to come and talk. Why? Retaliation. That's what it comes down to it. And it's sad, And I always say, you know what? It's okay to speak out. But sometimes I didn't hear anything. They come and talk to you. Well, I don't have any time. Make an appointment. Oh, but you know what, that employee, you better clock in at 8 o'clock in the morning. You better punch in and be working. But on the other hand, when they need help, you don't want to help. And that's sad. And these are good employees from San Benito ISD. They need to know that they can come here and they can talk to anybody. They're supervisors. But usually they bring them over here, come and talk to the people in charge of insurance. And that's a shame. That's really a shame. That's what it comes down to it. It's sad, but it is true. Yeah, give me 1 second here. Breach. That's what we know at town. This is what we know in all of history of San Benito ISD. There has never been a cybersecurity breach attack of this magnitude that happened under the watch of board president, superintendent, and the board attorney. This is a crime that has affected me, my husband, my granddaughter, and has caused psychological harm and has causes damage to our financial livelihood by having confidential information exposed to the world, which is against the law. The board president completed autonomy in making all decisions pertaining to the district and had the media resources in his fingertips, like sending emergency messages, KGBT, utilizing Facebook, Twitter, local newspapers to search out the community to warn us about but instead, board president and you superintendents decide to remain quiet when the fact the breach happened way back in 2022, April. I'm appalled, disappointed, and dissatisfied by the way the board president and superintendent handled this cyber breach. I know there are measures to take, but the priority should have been immediately notify the community and not to make us wait 2 months. It is very serious. This is a very serious crime that happened in our beloved San Mateo ISD district. I am speaking in behalf of my husband and my granddaughter that were exposed to this cyber breach. While completely indirectly under your watch, you have caused mental anguish and you have jeopardized and compromised our identities. And for the factual circumstances, I hold you, board president and superintendent, responsible, accountable, and liable. To the board trustees, due to the lack of transparency, but especially for the data breach, I am requesting to continue work with the district attorney cyber breach incidents. I especially want to thank the district attorney signs for looking for the safety, security, and the well-being of the San Benito ISD and administration and the San Benito community. And just to let you know, I asked since January 6th, I asked for that information, and guess what? I've been getting extensions after extensions after extensions. It's what? It's March 23rd. I asked for him since January 6th. Before you all put that out, I already knew this information. Now, why is the school withholding this information from me? I've been getting extensions. Either what? Either they didn't report it, but I need an answer. Yes, sir. Give me 1 second here. Okay. This is for women, of course. You know, as a woman myself, I am proud. You know, my mom showed us best to be polite, respected, humble, and always be honest, you know. And of all the girls, I'm the one that talks all the time, and I'm forward. And I'm not mean, but I always say what I feel in a right way. You know, there's always a way to come across somebody in a positive way. You know, we have a problem. Like I said, for every problem, there are solutions. But I say sometimes they look away. Oh, I don't want to know about it. I didn't hear. Well, guess what? You know, and one of them is, I heard, you know, that it's International Women's Day. This is a global day to celebrate the social, economic, culture, and political achievements of women. The day is signified active in witness worldwide as groups come together to celebrate women's achievements and rally for women's equality. International Women's Day is one of the most important days of the year, celebrating women's achievements, educating awareness, rise women's equality, call for positivity, change, advancing women, lobby for accelerate gender parties, fundraisers, female-focused charity. International Women's Day aims and encourages important conversations on why equal opportunities aren't enough and why equal isn't always fair. Therefore, I would like to acknowledge all women that work for the community, all women that work for San Benito ISD, you know, all women in all departments. But I really, really, really want to go ahead and I want to extend something really important here. I therefore would like to acknowledge Dr. Ariel Cruz, board member for service, the community, and students. Dr. Cruz, you are a great example, leadership to all women in the community. And I say it because you're the only female in the board. So I just think it's fair for us to say, you know, for all women, but especially for her. Because she's been, and I've seen how she's being treated up here. And as a woman, let me tell you, it hurts. But that's why we as women stick together. Always be humble and kind and respectful. Because let me tell you, this individual right there, this woman right here, she's a pillar of the community. And somebody that we need to look up to. And I applaud you. I applaud you. Thank you.
Next item will be under closed meeting according to Texas Government Code. Open meeting, the board may move into closed session the following reasons, section 551082, certain school board deliberations. It is 6:59.